Hello, welcome to another video of Infinity Wars. I am your host Zombie Skittles, and today we're playing with the pre-made deck for the Genesis faction. The deck's called Iron Sky. Genesis is all about artificial creatures and technology. The deck works on permanently beefing up your artificial creatures through various abilities. The biggest one that I've noticed with this deck and just decks in general is sacrificing other artificial creatures to upgrade each other. So anyway, let's begin. The easiest way to show. We hit end turn I should say, because we can't cast anything. Sweet, cannon fire. Alright. We'll play an unending drone, I think they're called, yeah. And end our turn. Unending drones are really interesting and because if they die, like if there's any in the graveyard at the end of the turn, for each one on the field, it will pull one of the ones out of the graveyard and put it back on the field. And I'll show you here. We use Secluded Constructor, which allows us to sacrifice one unending drone to power up another unending drone. And we'll drop him out, and it'll give him the health and the power of the sacrifice one, plus an additional one to each. So he'll actually go up by 3 in power and health. As you'll see here when it plays through, he's doing the same thing. Oh no, I forgot to use her. Alright, so I'm using Secluded Constructor, sacrifice 1, powers up the other, brings it up to 5 and 5. Now because I've got one on the field, at the end of my turn, he comes out of the graveyard, back into the support zone. Exhausted for a turn, but that's okay. So we're going to drop another unending drone. We're going to use a Letter Immortal Tinkerer this turn as well. I forgot about her. She's a commander. You exhaust her, and you can give one of your artificial characters an extra +2/+2, further powering it up. So we'll do that. We'll also sacrifice another unending drone to power him up even further. So he'll go up to, I think it's 10/10 now. And yeah, and it steamrolls and eventually tons of damage starts getting dealt out. Goes up to 7/7, 10/10. The AI is doing the same. Alright, currently in the lead. This is good. Now we're going to use our Cartographer. This is a factionless card that allows me to pull a location card out of my deck. So that'll work in our favor. Favor. We're going to keep beefing this gentleman up. We'll do that. And we're going to drop him in the defense zone and wipe out his... Okay, or not. Yeah. This is cool. I don't mind you send... Oh, he's got an 11/11. Shit. So this is basically all the deck's about. It's just beefing up your characters more and more. Alright, so we're going to drop this guy. He's just an 8/8. That's all he does, but we can then spend 1 and sacrifice him to power up our unending drone. And we're just going to power up this guy as well. So we've got 2 that are like beefing up. We don't really need our Cartographer anymore because we just needed him to get out this card, which I'll explain in a minute. We'll end our turn. Alright, everything's going to plan. Wipe out both. Oh, just one of his creatures. Okay. Now, we're going to play at the Dragon Project. This is a location card. It just sits here and has an effect. So, first up, you can see you got the cosmetic change. Its effect, starting from next turn, I can pay 4 mana and bring up its percent by 35. So, after 3 turns of doing that, it'll hit 100% and spawn a 30/30 unstoppable flying dragon, I think it is. Yeah. Unstoppable flying Genesis dragon, which I could then sacrifice more artificial creatures into to beef it up. So it really escalates and just shit gets real. Shit gets very real. So I'll sacrifice him to beef him up. Then we're actually going to play this, because I can. This moves a character into the support zone, and then every turn that he stays in the support zone, he gains +4/+4. So he will also escalate, and then I can feed him to my unstoppable dragon. Alright, beefing them up. Resolving. So, yep. Perfect. We're keeping him at bay. He can't get anything in the assault zone because we just keep killing him. Alright. Now, first thing we do, we activate his ability. That'll bump it up to 35%, putting us part way there. What do we got here? Deal 4 damage to 2 target creatures. They have to be in a combat zone, don't they? Yeah, so we can't... I want to target the commanders because I don't want him... If we can disable him beefing up his characters, that would be ideal. So instead, we're going to drop this dude, this guy. Going to beef him up so that we can survive long enough to get our unstoppable dragon out. Especially when he's going to start throwing all the defenders at me to try and stop me. So, 22 health, that's perfect. Let's do that again. What do we got here? That's our flying commander. So we'll sacrifice him to our god. Oh, no, actually, let's undo that. Because we want to get the unstoppable dragon out, so that costs more mana. And we'll spend this. Anti-air missile destroys a creature with flying. So that'll take care of that bastard. Oh, and you know what? I forgot to... This is my thing. I'm constantly forgetting little things. Like, I forgot to use a letter. Like, you can exhaust her to boost your character, and I just keep forgetting. Alright, so you know what? We'll do that first thing. Bam. Let's activate that. So we know we're down to 6. So now we know that we're going to get an unstoppable dragon next turn. Let's bring out this dude. Our bro. Best friend. Then let's sacrifice you into you because we're gonna just beef up the dragon and go hard. So we don't need anyone else. Done that. 2 mana left. Can't do anything else. Let's end our turn. Shit's resolving. Oh, what is that? I clicked too soon. Alright, bumping him up. We got our unstoppable dragon right there. So, next turn we should start... What's he do? Oh! Thank God he did that after my dragon appeared. That is convenient. Alright, so he just disabled my location so I can't create more dragons for the rest of the game. No matter, because our friendly dragon here, he's going to one-hit them. That's our goal, because we're going to put both of them into him. And then for good measure, we're going to beef him up a little bit more. We'll just slam a random defender there. Use up the last of our mana just in case something goes wrong. Yeah, we'll do that. I was thinking of doing something else, but no. Ending turn. So now we're going to throw all of our artificial creatures into upgrading our unstoppable dragon. And then that unstoppable dragon being a flyer should, in theory, fly straight over the top and... Oh, snap! Oh, no. Oh, Oh, that's horrible. Well, there went that plan. Oh, that was an unexpected turn of events. This is how good this game is, you know. Everything can just turn on its head. So, instead, let's beef up his health. We'll bring out a flyer anyway. This could work, actually. We'll activate that, and we'll put all of that into that. And then for good we're going to try again with our flyer, basically. We're also going to... We've got 7 mana left. I'm going to use the trading post, because I'm falling in love with this thing. It allows us to do one of these 2 things. I can either pay 3 to shuffle a card from my hand into my deck and draw a new card. I can draw a new card entirely. Or I can increase my base resources for next turn. But I'm just going to shuffle a card because I don't need these 2 cannon fires. So we're going to do that. And that gets us an airborne scientist. I am going to use one of these. It's in a combat zone, so we're going to destroy him and him just to secure ourselves, end our turn, and hope that that they don't destroy my flyer. That's the one thing that would ruin everything. Yep, 53. Alright, so he's going to one-shot. Unless he destroys it. He doesn't destroy it. I one-shot him with my superpowered creature. Fantastic. And that's how you win the game against the AI. Yeah, explosions. Anyway, that's just a quick run through with the Genesis pre-made deck that you can buy on the store. And I'll see you on the next episode. Next time we're going to use the Varroa faction, and we're just going to go through each faction, if that wasn't already apparent. And I'll see you in the next episode.